Hi, I am Ganesh Chan and I am right here demonstrating my project that I have developed with my team for the unit SID 210 Embedded Systems Development. So this is a visual demonstration of the Himalayan regions and the Ganga River which originates from the Upper Himalayas and it flows throughout the India and covering various states. So for this project, we have developed this probe. This is a sustainable design. It consists of Arduino Nano IoT 33 IoT, which can be connected to internet to use it remotely. Along with this, we have installed two sensors. This one is pH sensor and this one is TDS sensor. Together all these three things make this module a very accurate system to check the quality and index of water of any location wherever it is installed. So this is a very portable device and it requires very less amount of energy. So combining it with a solar panel, we can install it at various locations in Ganga as we have represented here. So as you can see, the LEDs which are blinking right now are the locations at where the main hotspots of pollution are present in Ganga River. At these locations are some of the main bridges and dams. At these locations, people throw a very huge amount of garbage, and also in the industrial areas, the fresh water is used by the industries, and the contaminated water is released back into the rivers. So at those locations, we can install this module, and with the help of internet, we can get these values to us in real time. As you can see here, this is the this is Firebase. We have used Google Firebase to get the values in real time to our graphical interface. So as you can see, so this is the code explanation for the project that we have developed. So to start, we have imported the some packages from the libraries DK Inter. We have imported the Pygame library to play the sounds. We have imported the GPIO0 and RPI.GPIO library to work on the ports of the Raspberry Pi and to give the ports as to use the ports as input or output. We have imported the time library in case we have to give any delays, and at the end we have used the pyqt5 library to so that we can use any command again and again. And the very last library is pyttsx3. This is a text to speech conversion library. We are using it to convert a given text to speech whenever the corresponding button is pressed. So from here the code starts. At the very starting, we initialize the text to speech engine as with a variable named engine. After that, we are setting up the connection between the Firebase and our GUI. So this is all the configuration which will be needed by the Firebase to fetch the data into GUI. This is the API key. This is the authentication domain. This is the database URL, and this is the storage bucket. After that, this is the code. So to fetch the data, we have separately declared a function which is named as get values. The work this function does is to get the values from Firebase and store it in the variables value 1 and value 2. The value 1 contains the data for the pH sensor and the value 2 contains data for the TDS sensor. After that, we have written root thereafter 3000 and get values. So what this line does is it repeats the function get values after every 3 seconds. After this, we have used gpio.setMode as gpio.board to use the board numbering and set warnings false to ignore any warnings that may come while the compilation and running of the code. So here, from here, the work on the GUI starts. Here, a window is initialized, its title is given, and its size is given. Here is the root.configure, and we are using it to give the background color to our GUI. I have made two pre-default fonts, the button font and header font, so I can use it for future in my code. Though, so this first header is the title of the GUI, and the later these two headers are for the information, that is the TDS and PS value, which we are extracting from the Firebase. After this, I have declared four separate functions: lower, middle, upper, and Ganga voice. These functions work whenever the lower button will be pressed. The LEDs for the lower Himalayas will be turned on, and the information about the lower Himalayas will be speaked out by the speakers of the device. The same work will be done by the middle function, which is for the middle Himalayas, the upper function, which is for the upper Himalayas, and Ganga voice function, which is for the Ganga. Here are the four buttons for the lower Himalaya, middle Himalaya, upper Himalaya, and Ganga. As you can see in the command, I have given Ganga voice. So whenever this button will be pressed, the Ganga voice function will be carried out. So this is the code. At the end, we are using gpio.cleanup to clear all the ports of the Raspberry Pi so that it can be used again easily without any errors. And after that, we are using root.after 3000 get values again, so that after all the whole code is run and the GUI is in place, it can update values after every 3 seconds. So this was my code for the final project that I have developed for the unit SID 210. Thanks a lot.